Hello. Welcome to another IELTS Journey with Fabi, where we talk about everything and anything IELTS. Just organizing this. Yeah, this camera doesn't. It's okay. It's okay. Can you hear me well? Can you see me well? Welcome to another IELTS Journey with Fabi, where we talk about everything and anything IELTS. Okay. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Fabi. I'm an English teacher and I help people get the score they need on the IELTS test. And the test only once. No one should be doing the IELTS test more than once. Okay. So you can tell me where you're watching from. Okay. It's so much fun to know where you guys are watching me from. And today, where's my note? Where are my notes? Yeah. Okay. So today we're going to talk about a topic that few people talk about. Actually, everyone talks about it, but they tell you the wrong information. Yeah. Today, we are going to talk about templates and the IELTS test. Okay. So please let me know in the comments how many of you have used templates, or actually, how many of you have heard that templates are the best way to get a good score in the writing part of the IELTS test. How many of you? Just say me. How many of you heard that templates work? Well, guys, let me tell you something right now, straight away. Templates don't work. Okay? When it comes to the IELTS test, templates are not going to work. Okay, and recently I was at a workshop for IELTS teachers. Okay, so it was about 3 hours, and for 3 hours, basically, we looked at writings. It was like a big group of teachers, maybe 50 or 60 teachers, and we had an examiner with us. And for 3 hours, we looked at writings. Okay, and then we would look at the writing, give a score, discuss with our colleagues, and then the examiner would tell us the real score. Okay. And then there was one where they had a template. And I'll tell you what the examiner said about the template. Guys, if you have questions, you can pop the questions in. All right. And then I will, if I don't get your question straight away, I'll get to them at the end. Okay. So the reason I wanted to talk about this is because this topic always comes up. Okay, people are always talking about templates, especially the people who are doing the PTE exam. They are always talking about templates. And that's something that came up with some of my students last week, actually. And then every time that comes up, I have to explain to them why templates are not the best for the IELTS test. Okay, and I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you here today, just to help you, okay, on your IELTS journey. All right, cool. Now, templates. So first of all, what are templates? Template is basically something that you have ready and that you adapt, right? It's something that you have ready and you adapt. I don't know. I'm just going to give an example for me that's very common. Do you use Canva? Canva is that website where you can go and you have something ready and you put in your information and then it's ready. Like I'm helping a friend make some invitations on the weekend, and we found a template on Canva, and then the template was for, I don't know, a kid's birthday party, and we adapted and we created an adult's birthday party, so you just change a few things. That's what a template is. So it's ready and you just have to change a thing or two. That's what a template is. So people are using this template, this thing that is ready. They memorize it. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. So they're using this template. They memorize it. Okay. And then they go on the day of the IELTS test and they basically just write exactly what they memorized. Okay. And then usually inside this template, there will be 3 or 4 parts where you just put some keywords. That's what people do usually. They have a perfect text that they copied, they got from the internet. So they had this perfect text, okay? And then someone told them, oh, and then when you go to the test, get some keywords there and just pop it in there, and you're going to get a high score. That's what people say. Someone saying hello, hello. Okay, so that's what people do. They get this perfect text, they memorize it, and then on the day of the test, they write it and they just complete with some of the words from the task. Okay, so let me tell you some problems with that. First of all, when you grab a template, okay, especially for the IELTS test, I don't know if you know, but there are lots of different kinds of questions for the IELTS test. So if you get a template, what's going to happen is that template will be perfect for one question, not for all the questions. Okay? So you get that, and then you look at, oh, this is a perfect writing for the IELTS. Yes, if the question is advantages. But if you put that in opinion, it's not going to work. If you put that, if the question is 2 questions, it's not going to work. That's one mistake. That's one big, gigantic problem that we have with the templates. Okay, you get that and you think it's perfect and it's gonna work, and then it doesn't. Unless, of course, you're very lucky and then the structure is exactly what you expected. But does it really work? I'll tell you that later. Okay, so the first thing is, so you get that and you want to use it and you memorize it. Okay. I have seen people using templates, meaning I've read texts where people use templates. Do you know what is the most common problem with the template? Grammar mistakes, vocabulary mistakes. So some people, they get a template that has mistakes in them. So what happens? The person is always replicating the mistake. It's always the same mistake, over and over again. Always the same mistake. That's a big, huge problem too. So you get something and there's a mistake there, and when you memorize it, you're basically just making the same mistake over and over again. Okay, so that's a problem. Or the template is very good, but then when you memorize it and you write it yourself, you are making mistakes. And just think about it, guys. You always make the same mistake. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why you should not be using templates. Okay, they seem easy. And again, I also have lots of students who say they're not very good at memorizing things. If you're not good at memorizing, maybe templates are not for you. Okay, so that's something good, right? Okay, so now let me tell you how the examiners know that you are using a template. Okay, let me tell you how they know. What usually happens is you will have, okay, you will write, okay, so you copy, because that's copying, right? Because you had it, you memorize it, and then you start writing it. So you're going to start writing it, okay? And then whatever you memorized might be very good English, okay? Very good. And then when that part finishes and you have to put your own ideas, you make lots of grammar mistakes. That's how the examiners know. Okay, that's how the examiners know, because perfect, and then you make a mistake. And then that whole part of your text has lots of mistakes. The examiner goes, aha, so this person memorized that part. And the part that is memorized in the head is there. And then the part that the person wrote by herself or by himself is incorrect. There are lots of mistakes. That's how they know. That's how they know, guys. Or one thing that happens too is they just copy the question, okay? You know that, especially people who don't have a lot of ideas, you know how you have the question for the writing. I don't know. Nowadays, more and more people are using their cars, and that's bad for the environment. What's your opinion? Okay. So usually people who are using templates, or people whose English is not very good, people who are nervous during the test, what happens is they will go ahead and just copy the question and get the word from the question and put it in the text. Okay, have you ever done that? So that's something that is also very common with the templates. Okay, guys. So people will look at it, and they will copy the words from the question. And you also lose a lot of points because of that. Okay, so can you see that when we are using templates, basically everything you're doing, you're losing points. Everything you're doing, you're losing points because you copy something and you're making mistakes. You might make mistakes, you're losing points. And then you don't have ideas, and then you copy from the question, you are also losing points. Okay, so templates are not going to help you. Okay, templates are definitely not going to help you with that. All right, so like I said before, if my students are using templates, it's very easy for me to recognize that. So if it's easy for me to recognize it, it's going to be easy for examiners to recognize it too, guys. But if I recognize it, if my students give me a piece of writing and they use the template and I recognize it, I can help them. Sorry, guys. So if my students do it and I see it, I can help them improve. But if you are using the template on the day of the test, you're just going to get a really low score. You're going to be penalized. And that's what you don't want. You don't want to get a low score on the day of the real test. Okay? So what should you do? Okay? First of all, you can look at templates. Okay. Oh, thank you. Someone said bless you. Thank you. I sneeze a lot sometimes. Sorry, guys. It's unexpected. Okay, so if you want to have templates, you gotta have the right template. Okay, guys, the right template. And what is the right template? I help my students create their own template. Okay, and when I say create their own template, I'm just saying getting some expressions, getting some phrases that they know, okay, that they know, and they know they're not going to make mistakes using them, okay, and they know how to use. You know what it is, okay, and you know how to use it. All right, so I help my students with that. Okay, a good way to do it is to analyze a writing task 9. Okay, band 9. That would be a good thing to do. But again, that's when people make the mistakes. They memorize the whole thing, but you can't memorize the whole thing. There are specific things that you can not memorize, but learn. I don't think it's about memorizing, because remember, when we memorize, we just repeat, right? When we memorize, we repeat things. We don't want to repeat. We want to use it. Okay, because if we memorize it, there is no room for flexibility. Okay, and what I do is I help my students with flexibility. Okay, so I help them get something, all right, and then they learn how to use it. And that's the best way. And that's the mistake people are making with the templates, because there is no room for flexibility. And that's why you keep saying the same thing. Just imagine, guys, you have the same thing for any type of question. So that doesn't work. Okay, at all. That just doesn't work. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why, one of the many reasons why templates are not the best option. Okay, if you have any questions, you can pop the questions in. All right, guys, if you have any questions about templates. Okay, so what I was saying, so with the template, so you can create your own template. Okay, but again, you really have to know how to do it. All right, I help my students do that all the time. Okay, so basically you're gonna get something and you're gonna get that phrase, but I feel also that it's not only about the phrase itself, it's also about the grammar and the vocabulary in it. These are things that you also have to take into account. Okay, take that into account too. Okay, for example, I have a student, and then I was helping her with some expressions, and she said, I use this expression. Oh, it's a very good expression. And she's like, can I use it all the time? I said, yes, of course. And then she highlighted, and then she said, can I say this with this expression? I said, yes, you can. Oh, can I say the other thing? I said, yes. So this one will work with any topic. I said, yes, this one works with any topic. And then she got a 7 first try. So yeah, it really worked. Okay. But again, she didn't memorize the whole thing. Okay. She just had some expressions that she used, and they were very good expressions. Okay. And it's funny that happens all the time, actually. I start helping my students and I give them some feedback and I tell them, oh, maybe this is better, maybe that's better. And then they start writing something, and then they do another writing and I check it and I go, oh, this is a very good expression. Whoa, this is a very good expression. They go, yeah, Fabi, you told me to use it. I was like, did I? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, see, it's very good. So there are some expressions that you can use. All right, guys. But again, unfortunately, I don't have time to show you how to do it today. Okay, I'm just actually here to remind you that just using templates are not the best thing, but there are things you can do. You can learn expressions and you can learn how to use them. And Fabi, can I always use the same expressions? Well, that's the thing. That's why you have to learn the right ones. Because when you learn the right ones, then they are flexible. That's what I tell my students. You have to learn the ones that are extremely flexible. Okay, and when they are flexible, then you can use them anytime. Anytime. All right. Any questions for me, guys? Any questions for me? Just have one more thing I want to tell you. So today we're here talking about, oh, there's someone from the Dominican Republic. Hello. Okay, so today we're talking about templates and how most of the time they don't work, especially for the IELTS test. Okay, it is a trap, guys. If it's the IELTS test, it is a trap. Examiners know when you're using a template. They just know, guys. Don't even try. You don't want to pay $450, okay, and then have a low score, especially in your writing. Okay, so I'm going to share a few more things with you. Okay, so like I said before, okay, the best place to go and get some good expression. Again, I'm not talking about templates anymore. I'm talking about expressions, good expressions that you can use all the time. Okay, a good place to go, okay, would be a good grammar book, or you can always go to some writing tests, Ben 9. And again, That's why I tell you guys that you need some help, because some band nines are not nines. Okay, be careful. I don't think it's a good idea to go online and do a search. Band 9, IELTS Band 9 for this task. I don't think it's a good idea because you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know how reliable it is. I would use books. As you know, these books here, IELTS, Cambridge for IELTS. These are the best books in my opinion, okay? These are reliable. And if you get nines from them, then it would work. Okay, those are really reliable ones. Okay, there's a comment here. I read aloud every day, and I have noticed that this exercise helps me a lot. Yeah, if that helps you, try it. Good. Yeah, reading aloud. The only problem with reading aloud sometimes that sometimes people say that they don't get the content. But if it's helping you, keep doing it. Yes, guys, whatever helps you. Okay, whatever helps you. People are different. Okay, and that's in my course. I always tell my students, I have lots of things to share with you guys. Okay, lots of things, lots of strategies, but you should do the ones that work for you. Okay, so keep doing the strategies that work for you. That if it's helping you, it's great. Okay, so yeah, so as I was saying, so maybe using as an example, 9, writing that is a 9 is a good idea. But again, don't memorize the writing. Just get some expressions from there. And then once you get the expressions, then you can go ahead and you can be flexible with it. Okay, be very, very flexible with it. Okay, do you have any questions for me, guys? Any questions for me today? No? No questions? Okay, so today we talked about templates and how they don't work. Okay, so the first main reason is because examiners, they will know when you're using the templates. They know, okay. Another reason is sometimes the templates you get, they have mistakes in them and you keep making the same mistake over and over again. That's something I see all the time. All the time. Okay. Another reason is usually when people are using templates, they tend to copy the question too much and they repeat the same words. Okay. It's a lot of repetition. Okay, guys. Yeah. And it's not natural. It's not natural. If you want a 7 or more, no way. You should not be using templates. But what can you do? You can actually get some specific expressions. They're flexible expressions. Okay. And that's how you will be able to achieve your score. I'll let you get my book. This book, you can get this book on I think Amazon. It's very easy to find. Some places they are a little bit expensive, but if you do some research, local libraries might have them too. Okay, if you don't have the money to buy the book, you can always borrow it from the library. Lots of my students do that. All right, okay, guys. So I'm gonna go now. Okay, if you have any more questions for me, no more questions for me. Okay, cool. If you have any other questions, okay, you can always send me a message later. All right, on Instagram and all of that. And if you have any requests for topics you'd like me to share here with you, just let me know. All right. Okay. All right. See you around. Bye.